It's match day 4 in the AFC Champions League Two. And a one-off game this week, Group B, Alcalia from Bahrain taking on Ahli Sports Club from Qatar. The Qataris not having the best of times at the moment. They're just one off the bottom in the Qatar Stars League at the moment. Alcalia, though, top the group. They are the only team with a win so far. It's been a group of draws and a very few goals so far in the opening 3 rounds of matches for these teams. But Igor Bishkan's side, knowing that a win tonight would take them top of the table as they look to finish in the top 2, of course, and progress in this competition through to the knockout stages in the new year. Alcalia in the early stages of the Bahrain Premier League at the moment. They're 5th place in the table, 2 points behind the leaders, Murak, but just one team below Ahli in the Qatar Stars League at the moment. Just 2 wins in 7 league games for Igor Bishkan. He will be hoping for a little bit of welcome relief. They suffered 2 big defeats in the Qatar League Cup recently as well. One in particular, a home defeat, 6-1 by Qatar Sports Club, and coming here on the back of a defeat in the league against Al Harafa at the weekend. Ali Ashur is the man in charge of Alcalia, known as the Lions of Bahrain. They've lost just a couple of league games so far. They are unbeaten in the Champions League so far. A couple of 0-0 draws against Ahli in their opening game. It is a repeat of the opening game on match day 1 between these two sides, which ended in a 0-0 stalemate. They did pick up a 2-0 win against Arkadag on match day 2. And back to 0-0 against PFC Andijan, who've drawn all 3 of their opening games 0-0 in Group B. As we said, the top 2 teams going through to the knockout stages, round of 16. 8 from the east, 8 from the west. We are in northern Rifa in Bahrain, not too far for Ahli to travel for this one tonight. This is the newest club in Bahrain as well. They were only founded in 2020, Alcalia, so it's been a pretty good rise to prominence for them so far in their early years. Qualified for this competition by winning the 2024-25 Bahraini Kings Cup. Ahli qualified via their league position. They finished in 4th place in the Qatar Stars League last season. They'll have to go some to better that this season. It is very early stages though in the leagues for both these sides in this part of the world. And they've got a very experienced man at the coach, of course, Igor Bishkan, the former Liverpool midfielder.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the teams of Alcalia from Bahrain and Ahli from Qatar. السيدات والسادة، لنرحب معا بفريقي الخالدية البحريني والأهلي القطري.
Second season of the new look AFC campaigns, Champions League Elite, AFC Champions League Two and AFC Challenge League. And this new format used, as we say, for the first time last season, making a little bit more of a level playing field for some of these teams to play teams in and around their own coefficient ranking in terms of where these teams sit in the overall standings of things. Ahli in a change strip of all white tonight on the left. Alcalia did win their match here, their only other match, only their 2nd home match in the group. A couple more games to come, of course. They do play 6 games in the group stage, these teams. So match officials from Australia. Sheikh Ali bin Mohammed Al Khalifa Stadium here in Arad for this one. There is no limit on the foreign players that you can play in this competition either. Plenty of players on both these teams have really just been employed to play in AFC club competition this season. Gleeson and Bia are the two up front men for Alcalia from Brazil and Congo respectively. They have their 2 goals so far in the competition in the last match. Joel Bayer in particular, a wonderful goal from a long way out, chipping over the Arcadia goalkeeper on matchday 2. Well, they drew a blank again, matchday 3 with that 0-0 draw against Andijon. There is the team tonight. There's one noticeable absentee, Musa Koulibaly, who was sent off in the last game for them. They do make just one change tonight. It is Hazard coming in as part of a defensive back 3. A couple of goalkeepers on the bench for Alcalia tonight as well. All our match officials, as we said, are from Australia. Alex King is the referee, been a FIFA official for 5 years now, was the A-League Referee of the Year in 2023-24. Very experienced match official. 4 changes tonight for Al Ahli made by Igor Bishkan. Eslem Yassin comes in to make his first appearance in the competition this season, as does Nasser Ibrahim Al Nassar, wearing number 95. And there's a first start for Hamid Mansour, who has appeared off the bench earlier on. Julian Draxler is the big name on the bench tonight, a World Cup winner. Will he get his chance to come on a little bit later on? One of the foreigners with his back to the camera there, Robin Tihi from Finland. Captains Saeed Dia from Alcalia and Marwan Sherif, the goalkeeper for Al Ahli. There is Gleeson, already has a goal to his name this season. Been at the club a couple of years now, having joined from Angola, where he was playing club football there with Pietro Della Unda. Sayed, the captain, has started all 3 games so far, all 4 games now, as has Ahmed Bukhama, who actually wears Mubarak on the back of his shirt. And the Portuguese goalkeeper, Ricardo Silva, for Alcalia. And there's their other goal scorer. Joel Bayer scored that excellent opening goal. Really quick, really pacey. He could be a big problem for this Al Ahli defence tonight. Have already conceded 16 goals in their opening 7 games in the Qatar Stars League, Al Ahli, this season. Defeat of the season coming in their last match against Al Harafa. Puff of the cheeks from Ricardo. Alcalia all in yellow. Well, kick from left to right in the first half.
We've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Match day 4 then in the AFC Champions League 2025-26. Alcalia would virtually confirm their place in the knockout stages if they can pick up a win tonight. It would take them on to 8 points. It would be very difficult for Andijan and Arcadia to overhaul that. There is their coach, Ali Bashor, the 6th coach since they entered the Bahraini 2nd division in 2021, and only the 2nd coach from Bahrain. Straight away, the home team looking to put some early pressure on that Al Ahly defence. It's half away by Tihi. Touch for Marwan, the captain. Is Islam Yassin making his first appearance in the competition this season. Islam Yassin. This is actually, there's a matchday 5 fixture. These fixtures just slightly out of sync for these two teams. It's their 4th match of the campaign. Lovely ball over the top, and it's almost brought down by Janssene, but they're kind of able to gather. Janssene looks as though he started more centrally. Eric Exposito playing just in behind him. Gleeson given away again cheaply to Gleeson. It's Dominique. There is Eric Exposito. Nice play. Janssene once again, chance to run at this Khaldiya defence. Good challenge by Dairani. There's a little push in the back. There was, says the referee, so a free kick. Foul on Eric Exposito. Early free kick here for Al Ahly. Haven't managed to score on the road yet. That 2-2 draw coming at home in the last match day when they drew with Arkadag. A bit of quality on this delivery from Fatui. It was a good ball in as well. Nobody really attacked it. It's taken a slight deflection off an Alcalia defender. It will be a corner. That was a really good ball in by Fatui. Ricardo joined in July, was playing in Slovenia before moving to Bahrain, to the youth ranks at FC Porto. Headed away by Dominique. Fatui. Over the top again towards Eric Exposito. It's a little bit too high for him, couldn't manage to bring it down under control. It goes out off Joel Bia. A throw into Al Ahly. Al Ahly rather, who were founded back in 1950. They are the oldest sports club in Qatar. Great tradition behind them. And Al-Maloud able to just watch that one out of play. Kick to Al Ahly. Diallo just helped over by Komail. was a great start to life for Alcalia following their inception in the early 2020s. They were promoted from the second division in their first season. They've gone on to win the Bahrain Premier Division on 2 occasions now. By comparison, Ahli have never won the league in Qatar. They've got 4 Emir Cups behind them, but no league titles. Great chance to try and get some continental success, though. Igor Bishkan had such a stellar playing career, former Dinamo Zagreb youth player. Also played for Panathinaikos, and as we say, 72 appearances for Liverpool in the Premier League. I feel he's under a little bit of pressure, though, with the way they've started the league. They'd say just one off the bottom in the Qatar Stars League at the moment. Very early days in the season, but they lost their opening 3 games by the same 2-0 scoreline. Managed to finally get a win under their belt against Al Wakra. But a good result here would just help lift the mood a little around the camp. Top ailing for Al Amloud, but that will run out of play once again. Does play wide in midfield, Ayub Al Amloud, but can drop back and cover in as the fullback with those 3 at the back, Mubarak, Dairani and Hazza. Another player, Al Amloud, who joined the club in the summer, was playing at Persepolis in Iran. One of the big powerhouses, of course, of Asian football, Persepolis. Hazza, the only change in the starting lineup tonight. Hazza coming in. Clyde O'Connell, the Irishman, was the man to make way tonight. He's on the bench. Ball again, looking for the run of Bia. I think just touched off an Ahli defender. It's good play to prevent the corner, though, from Tihi. Tihi, who hails from Finland. And a number of foreigners in the Ahli lineup for this game. So with a throw. One that will go for a corner this time. So Alcalia looking to put a little bit of early pressure on here inside the opening 10 minutes. Hasser getting into the corner. It was Fatui that was unable to prevent the ball going over the line. Al-Sawad with the corner. Played it short. It was a good angle for the cross, headed away by Janssene. It's a poor ball, but Ahli unable to capitalise. All the way back to Ricardo in goal. Just 2 defeats Bahrain League at the moment for Alcalia. They both came back-to-back against Al-Shabaab and Malkia. Clean sheets in the 3 games that they've won. They've been very good defensively, haven't conceded a goal yet in the AFC Champions League 2 either, but this probably will be their biggest test tonight. Eric Exposito just pushed that a little bit too far away from Mansour. Jassi Yassim. Mitrovic. Just not quite on the same wavelength as his teammate. Mansour has been in charge since, Ali Ashura has been in charge since December 2023. He's coached extensively here with Al Rifa and Manamah Club, also Kuwait Sports Club. Just nudged away from Bia. Fatui. To get back to his feet under the attentions of Kumail. Lovely play for Tui, just weaving his way through. Eric Exposito, Jansenet. Gleeson deep in his own half, having to come back quite deep to win that ball back for his team. Long ball over the top, Mitrovic just ducks underneath it, Marwan. Under no great pressure from Alcalia. Well, he's a one-club keeper, Marwan Sherif. He's been at Al-Ahli all his career, did have a couple of loan spells earlier on. It's aimed in towards Eric Exposito again. Bayrani's header. Mubarak. Khaldiya trying to move the ball with a little bit of pace here, but they've not been allowed any space by Al-Ahli. That was Diallo with a foul on Dominique, who's just feeling his knee a little bit. A little tussle going on between those two. Just got trodden on there, I think, just on the back of the knee, inadvertently. Appeals for handball, which spotted by the referee. Islam Yassin there. So he has been in the squad for the previous 3 matches, but hasn't made an appearance until tonight. Bia. Al Amloud. Dairani. Hazard. Nice little give and go from Bia. Dominique. That's a nice flick. Gleeson. Took a deflection. He's going to go for a corner. Marwan couldn't quite keep it in play. Just flicked off Mansour on its way out. Gleeson has started every game for Alcalia so far. Another player that has played predominantly AFC games since moving to this region. So his last goal actually came in the Kickoff Champions League when he was at Petroleos Luanda back in the 22-23 season. Probably feels he's due a goal. It's flicked off Mitrovic. It'll just go for a throw-in in the corner rather than a corner. Well, it's been a fairly even start to the game between these two sides. No real clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities as yet. Khaldiya did score after 10 minutes in the last game against Al-Qadag. They got off to a really good start. The Al-Qadag goalkeeper deciding to go walkabout, and Joel Bia taking full advantage. Ahli with the throw. That took a flick off Beer. Mitrovic getting the ball away. Another corner. Good little spell of pressure this from Alcalia, but they still haven't really tested Marwan's goal. Exposito just making his way onto that near post area. Played in towards that near post again. It's gone for another throw. Good defending. That's Mubarak, who's up from the back. Stayed up from the back as well. Kumail can't pick out a yellow shirt in the middle. That's clumsily given away. You can see the reaction of Igor Bishkan on the sidelines. Gleeson, another corner. You could see straight away the coach saying, get the ball away. They had a really good chance to move that away from their own goal there, Ahli. Maybe try and catch Alcalia on the break, but they played themselves right back into trouble. Bura with the corner. Better delivery. Flick away. Hazard launches it back in again, headed back across goal. A little flick was just enough from Tihi to move that away from those attacking players in the middle, and then eventually goes through to Marwan, who will just take his time and calm things down. But a good spell of pressure from Alcalia, which has come to nothing. Fatui. Islam Yassin. It's curled away from the goalkeeper. Jassim. Fatui. Nasser. Nice little flick in towards Janssene, just came off his knee and bounced kindly through to Ricardo. Actually looking in to get in behind that Alcalia defence for the first time tonight. Hazard. Loads of space from Al-Amloud on this near side, but he's gone a fraction too early, and that's really disappointing. It's a good shot and a good save by Marwan, but the whistle had long gone. He got himself into a really good position, but he's looking right along the line, and his coach will be furious that he was caught the wrong side of the last defender. Mitrovic, who, like his coach Igor Bishkan, hails from Croatia. Fatui, just too high. Janssene, nice touch. A little nudge in the back from Janssene on Dominique. That was a good play by Dominique Mendy, the man from Senegal. He's been around for a while. He was the Foreigner of the Year back in the Lebanese Premier League 9 years ago. Up by Alcalia after leaving Al Faisley, and was without a club for a while. He's found himself an important part of this Alcalia squad. Dominic Mendy. Janssene can't keep the ball in play. great to watch Ali Ashore on the sidelines. He virtually kicks every ball with his team. Igor Bishkan's a bit more measured. "15 international appearances, Igor Bishkan. He's one of those players you feel possibly should have played more for the national team. He was a dominant figure in his days at Liverpool. Applying his trade as a coach. We're almost at the halfway point of the first half. Goalless between Alcalia and Ahli. The win for Ahli would put them to the top of the group. Alcalia would stretch their lead to 5 points over tonight's opponents. Well cut out once again, Gleeson. There's Kumail wide. Plenty of yellow shirts in the middle. Nice overlapping run from Hazard, who does love to get forward. Had started 2 of the previous 3 games. Hazard coming back into the starting lineup tonight for Alcalia. His side have won another corner. Taken short by Bura. Nicely done. Was a little nudge. Referee had a good look at that, but didn't deem the contact worthy of a penalty. Janssene just ran away from him slightly. Throwing goes Alcalia's way. Always very noisy in this part of the world when it comes to their football support. Loud. Dia. Captain under pressure from Mansour. A little bit too much under pressure though. Free kick to Alcalia. Has played over 100 times for Bahrain. Sayed Dia made his debut 14 years ago for the national team. This is the first of back-to-back away games for Ahli. As we told you, this is effectively a matchday 5 fixture. Matchday 4 comes up next week. They go to Arkadag on the 5th of November before their final game on the 24th of December, taking on PFC Andijan in Qatar. No real sign of either side making the breakthrough as yet. It was a very similar pattern to the game that they played back on match day 1 in Qatar. Al Ahly's home ground is the Hamad bin Khalifa, which was one of the stadiums that was used for the AFC Asian Cup in January 24. Here's Mitrovic. Janssene skips away from his man Gleeson. It's all a little bit clumsy through midfield at the moment. Neither side is really keeping much possession in the final third. Diallo failing to get a touch on that, and it was cleared easily by Alcalia. A lot of talking going on. But neither goalkeeper, Marwan there or Ricardo, his opposite number, have been called in to make any significant saves as yet, as we tick past the 26th minute mark. Dominique. It's Hazard. Mubarak. Diallo. Islam Yassin. Enrique Exposito was the intended target again. The pass was a little bit ambitious. Dairani. Mubarak. Bia on the chase once again, though. Mitrovic ever reliable. Just taking no chances, getting that ball away from danger. And I'm Loud with a throw. Alcalia have got a great history in Qatar. They actually played a friendly back in the 1970s against a Pelé-led Santos. Back in the day when Pelé was at the top of his game, Santos used to travel around the world playing exhibition matches and friendlies. They played at the Doha Sports Stadium in front of a packed house. It's only their third time playing in AFC competition as well. They played twice in the Asian Cup in the 90s, Al-Ahli. So this is a welcome distraction for them playing in the AFC Champions League Two. That's a really awkward bouncing one. It was nodded away by Tihi. He almost presented an opportunity to Alcalia. Ball just seemed to bounce unnaturally and almost caught out the Al-Ahli defenders. Another long ball over the top to Gleeson. Manages to stay on his feet, did well to get that one across, headed away by Islam Yassin, but headed it back across goal. Marwan has just prevented that one from going for a corner. Once again, Alcalia unable to really create a clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity. Another free kick. Dairani, no man fouled by Eric Exposito. He knew he was coming, Dairani just turned his back and drew the foul from Eric Exposito. have had a couple of weeks off. Alcalia didn't play last weekend in the league. Last league game was on the 18th of October. 4-0 win against Bahrain. So they did come into this in the back of good form. A short trip to Al Rifa at the weekend. Hazard. Dominique. Lofted over the top, Beers in the middle. If he can bring this under control, Marwan's come out of his goal. Well, Beer went for the lob, but just a little bit too high. That's probably the best chance that Ali Ashur's side have had in this first half. The ball was an awkward one. He just had to lift it over Mitrovic. Burra. And Bia, who likewise had to lift it over the goalkeeper. Just lifted it too high, but Burra just getting in behind that Al Ahly defence for the first time. Marwan's got a bit of a problem here. Bia, who was born in the Congo, scored 4 goals in 6 international matches for Congo. He hasn't played international football for about 4 years now. Joel Bia did have a spell at Rabat in Morocco before joining Alcalia in June this year. A welcome chance here for Ali Ashur to have a word with his players. There's that ball again. If Burra could have just taken a little bit off that, it might have been a bit easier for Bia to get a shot on target, but he had to stretch, and Marwan did well charging out and narrowed the angles, forcing Bia to go high. Hazard. Did change his formation for the last 2 matches. Ali Ashur, he started off with a back 4 in the opening 2 matches. So had Moussa Koulibaly sent off, which was a big blow for them. There's another clumsy foul on Diallo this time, giving the free kick away. Last 2 matches he's opted to go with the 3 at the back. It's worked quite well for them because it does mean you can push an extra man into midfield. Of course, it's an attacking formation. It's a 3-4-3 almost for them, with Kumail, Bia and Gleeson up front. But it does mean that those midfield players and those 2 wide attacking players have to track back and make it more of a 5 at the back when they're playing defensively. Another chance for Fetoui to deliver a free kick. He already delivered one dangerous one in from a similar position. Angle wasn't quite with him on that occasion. Cleared away by the home side. Fatoui's already back in a position to try and launch this one forward. He's certainly the creative spark in this Al Ahly side. Just too high for Janssene. It's a free kick. Another clumsy challenge. It's been a bit stop-start this first half. Hasn't been a huge amount of flowing football from either side. It's been breaking down before it really gets into either side's final third. But similar styles, of course. These countries almost next door to each other. Mitrovic. It's a good run by the big central defender. Down the line for Islam Yassin. Good defending from El Amlaoud. That's what we said about those wide midfielders having to get back and support the defenders when they're on the defensive. Mitrovic again, Diallo. Tihi. Fatoui. Mitrovic. Sitting quite deep at the moment, Alcalia as well. Almost inviting Al Ahly onto them. Lovely ball over the top, nicely taken down by Eric Exposito. Fatoui. Eric Exposito. Good run from Janssene. Managed to pick up the second ball as well, Mansour. Caught in possession, half cleared away as far as Mitrovic. Nodded down again, Eric Exposito. There could be a break on Diallo. Had to get an important foot in there because Dominique was striding forward. Ali Ashur actually urging his side to play a little bit higher up the field there. As we saw, the midfielders have virtually sat just in front of the defenders, which is making life a little bit easier for Al Ahly, who've got a bit more space to work in the final third. Hazard with a throw. Fatoui. Everything comes through him. It's very much the Moroccan midfield style, just taking the ball and just roaming in front of the back four really and spraying long balls over the top. The Moroccans have made pretty good careers, a lot of players around the world over the years of doing that sort of play. Here's Mitrovic. Fatoui's one of them. Just bundled off the ball there by Dominique. And back by Diallo. There's Fatoui again. You see Islam Yassin, number 3 on this near side. He's finding plenty of space because El Amlaoud is just tucking in. Good save by Ricardo. That's the first save we've seen by either goalkeeper, pushing the ball away, and corner conceded eventually by Alcalia. Nicely done by Nasser. Fatoui over the corner. Well, Ended up in the back of the net. The whistle had gone though. Robin Tihi ended up on the deck. It was Gleeson who was literally just wrestled him to the ground. Conceding a bit of a height advantage, Gleeson as well. The corner will be retaken by Fatui. It was aimed towards Diallo on the edge of the area, but he didn't quite have the height on it to miss out that first man. Jassim was the furthest man back for Ahli. Fatui, Mitrovic, Jansenet. Nice turn of pace, drop of the shoulder to get away from Gleeson. Was he just caught? No, he's lost his footing. Mubarak. It's that long ball again. It's a little bit hopeful more than anything else. Ball has to travel a long way. Hazard unable to bring it under control. Jassim with a throw. Still goalless. Just over 2 minutes to go to half time. It's in towards Jansenet again, but comfortable for Ricardo. Loud dribbling back towards his own goal. Jansenet, Ricardo at full stretch. Just needed a bit more pace on that cross from Jansenet because Eric Exposito was in the middle. Just taken away from Dominique by Islam Yassin. Jansenet, brilliant pace. Just needed to get a bit more on it. He had to flick it with the outside of his boot, which meant he couldn't generate a great deal of pace on the ball. As Buhara, just off target. Bura is another Moroccan, as we mentioned. Did play for one of the big clubs in Morocco, Wydad, based in Casablanca. Nasser. Jassim. Eric Exposito. He did well, he had two players around him. Gleeson came charging in and ends up coming away with the ball. Dominique given away to Islam Yassin. Eric Exposito, Jansenet just inside him. Diallo. Fatui. Will be a little bit of added time to go on. Injury to Marwan, the goalkeeper, a little earlier on in the half, but there won't be much more than a couple of minutes, I wouldn't have thought. Can Ahli capitalise on this possession? Mitrovic gives the ball away cheaply, and there might be a chance on here. Buhara, good tackling back from Tihi once again, and it is just 2 minutes added time at the end of the first half. Good covering there from Robin Tihi, because Buhara had a clear sight at goal when he picked that ball up. Just wonder whether Alcalia's best chance of getting a goal might be trying to catch Ahli on the break in the second half. The Qataris certainly won't want another draw. These sides have played almost 3 halves of football now without managing to produce a goal between them. There's Alam Loud, and again it's a It's a misplaced ball. And just like that little bit of quality at times in the final third. I suppose that could be said for both teams, really. Ricardo did make the only save of the first half of any great note from Janssene just a few moments ago. Gleeson's worked hard without really creating much. There was that half chance for Beer when he found himself just forced out wide. Tried to lob the goalkeeper, but not too much on it. Flicked by Eric Exposito, Janssene. I wonder what Igor Bishkan's thinking. He's got his team talk to come at half-time. Has he spotted something that maybe his side can capitalise on here to try and break down this Alcalia defence, who have defended very well in the first half, to be fair? That's Gleeson. Just kept the ball in play. Well, bang on 2 minutes. There goes the half-time whistle from Alex King, the Australian referee. So again, we've reached the halfway point in the game between these two sides with no goals on the board. Fetui was one of the main creators really in that first half for Al Ahly, but that one shot from Janssene, which was saved, and a half chance for Beer at the other end, is really all we've had to shout about in the first half. Can these sides provide a goal in the second half? At the break here in Bahrain, it's Alcalia 0, Al Ahly Sports Club 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, the halftime score is Alcalia 0.
Become your own worst enemy. I came for football, I stay for more.
Football teaches us how to win, as well as how to accept defeat gracefully. Then go on to do our best in the next game.
Welcome back. Teams just emerging for the second half here at the Sheikh Ali bin Mohammed Al Khalifa Stadium. We're in Bahrain for Alcalia against Al Ahli from Qatar. 0-0 after the first 45 minutes. 0-0 when the sides met in Qatar back on match day 1. Can someone find a way through in the second half? Both sides managed just one shot on target in the first half. And I'm sure both coaches in their half-time team talk, Ali Ashur and Igor Bishkan, will be hoping for better up front. Al Ahli are making a change, and it's probably a slightly predictable one. Julian Draxler, probably the most familiar name in the side, a World Cup winner with Germany, 4 French League titles coming on to replace Nasser Al Nassr, who was making his first appearance in the competition tonight. And Draxler, who has featured in all 3. 2 starts, 2 off the bench now. And in fact, it is a double change because Michel Vlap has also come on for Al Ahli as we're underway. It is Al Ahli, all in white, kicking from left to right in the second half. We'll confirm the other player to go off in just a moment.
Substitution for Al Ahli. Player number 20, Hamad Mansour, replaced by player number
Hamad
40,
Mansour
Michel Vlap.
Is the other player that has come off.
For Al Ahli. Player number 95,
Vlap, who
Nasser Brahim,
hails from the Netherlands.
by player number 7, Julian Draxler.
Another player who joined recently in August from FC Twente.
اللاعب رقم 20 حمد منصور ودخول اللاعب رقم 14.
See what difference those changes make in the second half. For Tui there in the foreground was the main playmaker for Al Ahli in that first half. Set piece taker and looking to spray those long balls around for his side. It's Mitrovic. Islam Yassin. Draxler usually plays wide on the left. I would imagine that's where he go, where Vlap will sit more in the centre. You just see Vlap in the centre circle there. Draxler almost making it a front 3 with Eric Exposito and Janssene, who's on the ball now. Turning and weaving away through. Janssene wanted one too many touches. Still alive here. Diallo! Driven in and cleared away from in front of the goalkeeper by Dairani. Well, that's much better from Al Ahli right at the start of the second half. Wasn't the best defending really from Hazard, who just got caught slightly by Janssene's pace. And Diallo might have been better trying to square that one to Michel Vlap, who had just dropped away to find a little bit of space inside the area. Positive though from Al Ahli. Did fail to score in 4 of their first 5 games of the season. In the Qatar Stars League. Goal scoring has been a bit of a problem for them. Vlap was on the score sheet against Arkadag in the 2-2 draw. Mitrovic getting the other goal. Vlap also came on at half-time in the game against Alcalia in Qatar on match day 1. Bia. Tihi just using his upper body strength well to hold off the challenge. It's just away from Janssene. Hazard. Away by Tihi. Free kick. Foul on Komail. Diallo just trying to hold off the challenge. Ibrahima Diallo has a brother who also plays in Qatar, Abdou Diallo, who plays for Al Dahail. He's on a season-long loan at Al from Al Khor. He's back on defensive duty now with the rest of his team, though. It'll be the captain Dia. It's over the free kick. Feint to go long and then plays it in short. Good ball in. Nobody able to get a header on it. Robin Tihi may have got the faintest of touches. Janssene given away again. Janssene. Dia. Eric Exposito just clipped. That'll be the game's first yellow card as well. Eric Exposito trying to get away from Kumail. He just stuck out a leg and picks up a yellow. A real need to do that. Exposito wasn't really going anywhere. Oh, it's Dia that's got the yellow card, not Kumail. I thought Kumail had made the final contact, but it is the captain who picks up a yellow. That's his second yellow of the group stage as well, which means he'll miss the next game. It's almost come for Draxler. Had a touch left. Julian Draxler. Reminder of the way the group looks at the moment. Alcalia, top of the table. 3 matches played, 5 points. Ahli and Andijon on 3 points each. Ahli just staying ahead of them by virtue of the fact that they have scored 2 goals. Andijon have drawn all 3 games 0-0, and FK Arkadag from Turkmenistan bringing up the rear with just 2 points. Eric Exposito, it's kept in play by Jassim. Did well to get that ball across as well. It's in behind Vlap. Eventually cleared away by Mubarak. It's been a somewhat more promising start to the second half from Al Ahli. The introduction of Draxler and Vlap just seems to have given them a bit more of a spring in their step in the early minutes. They still haven't forced Ricardo into another save. Janssene forcing him into a save in the first half. This is Tihi. Now Vlap. Eric Exposito. It was Draxler for Tui. So both these sides are in action again in the AFC Champions League 2 next week. Khaldiya at home again to PFC Andijon from Uzbekistan. While Al Ahli, as we mentioned earlier, on the road again at Arkadag. Mitrovic. Draxler. Vlap. For Tui. Draxler operating in a more central role. So we normally see him out wide. This is Islam Yassin. There's too much on that. Way overhit. Eric Exposito won't keep that one in play. Annoyed with himself as well, and not surprising. Made his 50th appearance for Al Ahli recently, Islam Yassin. His ball again, just lacking a little bit of pace, looking to try and pick out Michel Vlap. foul by Islam Yazin. So when you consider that Alcalia were only founded in 2020, they've already got a pretty impressive trophy room. There's that chance early in the start of the second half. Good defending from Hazard, wrapping his foot around the ball. The Bahrain Premier League, they've won twice. Alcalia in 2022-23 and 2023-24. 2 Kings Cup wins, 3 Bahrain Super Cups. Already a force to be reckoned with in this part of the world. Of course, Al Rifa have such a good reputation, particularly in AFC competition over the years. Al Rifa. Just a little bit too exuberant there, Gleeson. Draxler rather. Diallo. Good tracking back from Bura. Gleeson. Dominique. Just had that ball nicked away from him. You could see he was just trying to look at stabbing that one through for Bia. Didn't quite come off for him. That comes off Dia. Bura. Dairani. It's a little bit more of a press from Al-Akli in this second half. I'm sure that's something Igor Bishkan would have impressed on them at half-time, to just try and keep those yellow shirts pressed back as far as you can. But they've got some defending to do here. Bura. Eric Exposito back helping out his defenders. Stabs the ball away. Hazard. Dairani. Mubarak. Cut out again by Islam Yassin. They slotted well into the back line tonight, Islam Yassin. Confirmation of the captain not available for the match next week against PFC Andijan. Is that a foul from Jassim? Referee not interested. It was off the ball. Bura, just a bit of a tangle. Here's Michel Vlap for Tui. Draxler. Jassim. Hoisted down the line towards Janssene, but once again too much on it. Janssene, who hails from France. He's coming up to 3 years at Al-Akli. Sekou Janssene, after joining from Al Rayyan. Who was under a little bit of pressure there. Flicked on by Vlap towards Eric Exposito. Diallo Vlap. Janssene up ahead of him, just straight into an offside position. Eric Exposito for Tui. Draxler's hugging that far touchline. A little drop of the shoulder and a little turn of pace as well, but gives the ball away. Julian Draxler. And here come the yellow shirts. It was Bia. Good defending. There's a corner though. A bit more pressure here for the Al Ahly defence to try and soak up. Gleeson hasn't seen too much of the ball in the second half so far. Kumail with a corner. No yellow shirt near it, headed away by Janssene. It's coming back in again, little flick gathered by Fetui, who allows that one to run out of play. In fact, the referee said he took a touch off an Al Ahly player, so it's another corner here to Alcalia. Fetui's not convinced. Ali Ashur will take it though, giving a few instructions to his team. We've reached the hour mark, still 0-0 between these two. There've been a lot of 0-0s in this group so far. Still a long way to go though. It'll be Burra with the corner. Can't miss out the man at the front post. Draxler tussling away. Oh, nicely done. Lovely bit of skill in a tight area there from Julian Draxler. Vlap. Now Janssene. Fetui. Ricardo looking long this time, but goes all the way through to his opposite number, Marwan. There's a strange pace to the game at the moment as well. Both sides are quite happy just to slow things down and not really play with any great intensity in the game. It's for Tui. Tihi. Lovely ball, Islam Yassin forward again. Vlap. Draxler. Slightly fortunate bounce off the defender there. Jassim. Looking for Janssene. Cleared away by El Amloud. Now Dominique. Coach urging his side forward, Burra. It's a clever ball to Gleeson. Such a clever cross though, only finds the head of Diallo. And a long ball over the top, Eric Exposito on the chase. He just holds back the defender and gives away the free kick, Eric Exposito. It just looked for a moment as if he might have got the better of Mubarak, but in the end Mubarak did get his body in the way and Exposito forced just to hold him back. So we've got another double change coming up for Al Ahly. Hilal and Riyad are readied. So that will be 4 of 5 changes made by Igor Bishkan. pacey ball back from Janssene. Put Jassim under a little bit of pressure, but he managed to get away with it. Lovely ball out to Julian Draxler. First chance he's had here to run at Alamloud. Good ball in towards Eric Exposito. Vlap getting in his way a little bit. Two players not really having much communication. They're getting in each other's way. This is for Tui. Nobody challenging him, almost inviting the shot for Tui! And he takes full advantage of the space he's been allowed to curl in a beauty. And finally, the deadlock between these two is broken. And it is the Moroccan, Driss Fatui. And you can see the goalkeeper saying, why didn't you close him down? They were inviting the shot, Alcalia. For the first time, they've allowed Al Ahly some space. And Fatui took advantage, the 36-year-old bending that ball beyond Ricardo. It's a fine finish. And Al Ahly have the breakthrough. Where was the defending? They just almost saying, go on, have a shot. And Fatui thought, okay, I will. Great goal. Really good goal. It was always going to take something a bit special in this game between these two. It's the first goal in 2 ties now between these two. Couldn't have placed it any better. And rightly, Driss Fatui celebrates. 1-0. Another player that's fairly new to the club. He was playing at Marquia in Qatar before moving to Al Ahly. A couple more changes coming up for both teams here. Joel Bayer has gone off. Hilal and Rayad have both come on. And Al Ramahi has also come on for Alcalia. Rahim Rahamian. Bura and Bayer are the two players to go off. Aramahi will go into midfield. Rahim will go straight down the middle, I would imagine. The German, Anas Wahim, making his debut in the competition. That's a lovely ball over the top. Flags up for offside, though. It won't count. It was the substitute, Wahim, who... What a start that would have been. Little wag of the finger. I tell you what, that is very, very close. Strikers sometimes instinctively know if they're offside, and straight away Wahim wagged a finger in the direction of the assistant referee, and he may have a point. We don't have VAR, of course, or any semi-automated offside in the AFC Champions League 2 to back things up, so it is down to the old-fashioned way, but he moves so quickly. He may have got away with that one. Just approaching the halfway point of the second half. Driss Fatui's goal separates the two teams. And if it stays that way, it would put Al Ahly to the top of the group, a point clear of Alcalia. Each team would have 2 games to play. Here's Hazard. Gleeson. Gleeson again, just almost dug that one out towards Wahim. El Amloud. Dominique. Well won back. Good possession gained. And a lovely ball down the line from Diallo to Janssene. Played in behind. Flap just had to stretch for that one. Draxler, nice back heel. Flap! Good save. Ricardo just tipped over. Really good football. The best move of the match so far from Al Ahly. Vlap, who scored against Starkadag in the 2-2 draw on matchday 3, was straight at the goalkeeper, who just had a simple job really from tipping the ball over. Corner might need to be retaken here. Ahli putting a bit of pressure on now. Vlap. Get to the byline, fired that one with pace. It was a good ploy really, because he'd only needed a touch. Could have gone anywhere really. Fortunately for Alcalia, it bounced up into the arms of Ricardo. Played through by Wahim, but straight through to the goalkeeper. Those two changes that came for Alcalia, by the way, Jassim and Islam Yassin, the two fullbacks going off to be replaced by Hilal and Rayad. Rayad, you just see wearing 41 there, he's dropping in at right back. Hilal will go in at left back. Hilal, who's another player that's on loan from Al Khor. Mitrovic. Draxler. Diallo. Be interested to see the tactics of Ahli now that they have the lead. Do they go for a second? Do they just consolidate what they've got? Certainly the time is on their side. Khaldiya, who have only scored the 2 goals in their 3 matches so far, and they've taken off one of their goal scorers as well, Joel Bia. So a lot resting on Gleeson and Wahim, who was brought on a few moments ago. There's Draxler, lovely nonchalant ball with the outside of the foot. Exposito, Janssene. Nice turn, Draxler. Couldn't quite reach it. It was Dominique who stuck in a foot. And it was an important touch as well, because Draxler was lurking. Wahim, who came on for Alcalia, here he is again on the chase, gets to the ball first! Well, it's actually Al-Ramahi that's got in behind that time. Mitrovic couldn't keep it out, and Ahli have conceded to let Alcalia back into this one. Marhan Kane didn't get near it. Mitrovic couldn't get back to clear it off the line. And we're back to an all-square game, and the man who only came on a few moments ago, Mohamed Al-Ramahi, gets his side back on level terms. Well, they've tried that ball over the top on a number of occasions. It's a very experienced player to bring on, 46 appearances for Bahrain. And that's the first goal that Al-Ahli have conceded in the group stage so far. He is much travelled around club sides in Bahrain, Al-Ramahi, but that's a very, very important goal for his side to get them back on level terms and potentially keep them on the top of the Group B table. Diallo and Dominique, very competitive through midfield. Free kick to Alcalia. Well, can either side go on to find a winner now? It's been the substitutions really that has just lifted the spirits of both teams. Eric Exposito, Vlap. Too high for Julian Draxler. Released quickly by Kumail. Mubarak. Gleeson. Again, released it quickly. Has aimed it again towards Al-Ramahi. We're just finding that little bit of extra space where it matters now, Alcalia. Draxler wins the ball back and wins it back fairly. Alcalia felt there should have been a foul. It was punched forward by Draxler. Straight through to Ricardo, though. Now Mubarak. Diallo. Draxler again looking for the run of Janssene, but too far ahead of him. Gleeson. Hazard. Hazard's continued his run. That's a poor clearance. Wahim. Substitute just losing his footing on the edge of the area. Lofted in again, headed away by Diallo. They're just under a little bit of pressure now, Al-Ahli, having seemingly been in control when they went 1-0 up. Another change coming up. Elam Loud is coming off, and Mohamed Adel is coming on. There's the goal that leveled things up. Al-Ramahi getting there first. Mitrovic couldn't quite get there to clear it off the line. Marhan came flying out of his goal, but completely missed the ball. Credit to Al-Ramahi, though, for getting into that place. He timed his run as well to stay onside. Had to cover a lot of ground to get that ball. It just bounced up awkwardly. And the header was just enough. It was The man on the ball that had put Ahli in front for Tui with a lovely effort from the edge of the penalty area. Wahim, blocked by Mitrovic, and for a second time, Dominique. Just bundled off the ball again by Diallo, not for the first time. Those two have had a really good battle in the centre of midfield tonight, Dominique and Diallo. Almost a rugby tackle that time from Diallo. A little frustrated, Alcalia. I'm sure they will feel that having got themselves in front, they would look to consolidate, but in the end they've been pegged back by Alcalia, who haven't given this one up at all. Again, the changes made by Ali Ashore have helped them change things around in the second half. Hilal with a throw. There'll be a brief stoppage here. Kumail is down injured. Well, it would be as you were in terms of the league table if it was to stay this way. Just a point apiece for Khaldiya and Alcalia if it finishes at 1-1. Looks like Kumail will be okay to continue. Thumbs up from the medical staff. Well, I'm sure Andy John and Arkadag will be looking on and thinking, this result helps us because a win for either of those teams drags them right back into things. Khaled is coming on here for Alcalia. In fact, Kumail is going to have to come off by the look of it. Well, Diallo's gone off. He's had a really good game in midfield, Diallo. He started maybe looking a little bit tired towards the end. He'd been chasing Dominique round quite a lot through that central area, and there may be a change here. That is Al-Akhli's final change, by the way. There's the goal from Fatui that put his side in front. Lovely strike from the Moroccan, and there's the equaliser from the substitute Al-Ramahi, who'd only been on the field a few minutes. Mitrovic couldn't get there. Draxler. Chat with Alex King, the referee. So Kumail has gone off. And Zoe Winley is on. Another recent addition to their squad, the Ivory Coast man, and a double change. Gleeson makes way. And Nizar El Otmani comes on for his first appearance of the group stage for Alcalia.
Another substitution for Alcalia. Player number 9, Wilson Wilson, replaced by player number 7, Nizar Al-Otmani.
Zoui has appeared once in the group stage, came off the bench against Andy John in the last match day, just for the last couple of minutes. He's got about 6.5 minutes here to try and make an impact. I just wonder whether we are going to get a winner out of this one. There is another Bahraini team in action a little bit later. There is another game today, just 2 matches today. Al Wadat against Murak. And a full round of fixtures coming up next week. So this is effectively match day 5 for those 2 fixtures. Match day 4 next week. And a chance here for Al Ahli maybe to edge themselves in front again. Can they make something from the corner? Right the way across. It was almost turned goalwards. It was flicked away by Darani, who almost deflected it into his own net. Hilal. Back to Marwan, who just had to scamper across to get that one away. Eric Exposito trying to flick it on for Tui's header. Offside flag up. Gives possession back to Alcalia, but it was a really good chance at the other end. The referee's had a good game, Alex King, say experienced official. Just the 1 yellow card, and it was a costly one as well for Dia, the Alcalia captain, who'll miss the next match. He's kept the game flowing well. Hasn't been a game of bad challenges or anything like that. It's been a competitive game played in a good spirit between these two. That's out of play. Al Ahli throw. Dairani's header. Nizar, who released that one quickly. Wahim. That was Nizar who tried to just guide that one in. Just try and get a bit of bend on it from the edge of the area, but it was wide of the post. Just got the ball out of his feet and tried to bend it and try and catch Marwan out. Mitrovic. Just under 3 minutes of normal time remaining. 1-1 for Tui and Al Rahmani with the equaliser. Draxler just managed to keep that one in play. Vlap. Looking for Riyad. Nizar back. Helping out, felt that had gone off Riyad, but it will be a throw into Al Ahli. Maybe appealing for a handball. It did hit Riyad quite high up the arm though. Corner to be taken by Michel Vlap. Out swinger. Can't miss the first man. Disappointing. I think always when the taker doesn't miss out that first man in the box. Mitrovic was forward. Here's Eric Exposito for Tui.
Draxler. Jansenet. The play again off the Al-Akli man, so it will be an Alcalia throw. I've got an away league fixture in the Qatar Stars League, Al-Akli at the weekend as well. They play Al-Salia. Here's Jansenet, this to win it! Composed finish in the final minute from Sekou Jansenet. Well, he hasn't had too many chances tonight, but he has taken that very coolly, very calmly, and he's put the Qataris ahead. As we approach stoppage time, Ricardo beaten for a second time. The pace of Jansenet, who caused problems in the first half, just waited for that. It sat up beautifully and just guided in beyond Ricardo. Two quality finishes tonight. It was Fatui with the little ball over the top. And Jansenet gets his first goal in the AFC Champions League Two. And is it the goal that gives Al-Akli 3 points and puts them on top of the group? 5 minutes added time, we just crossed into that. Lovely finish. Well, they responded once, Alcalia, but time is very much against them now. Well, there hasn't been too much quality in terms of shots on goal in this game, apart from the 3 goals. Dominique. And in towards Zoe. The band have just cranked up the volume a little bit, trying to get behind their team. There's Darani. Zoe was the target. Hilal, ever reliable with the header, the substitute. Quite a bold move, really, from Igor Bishkan to change both his fullbacks over. It's a free kick, and this is a chance for Tui. Gives the free kick away. It was Wahim that went down. What can they do from this? Wahim and Hazard plotting between them. Hazard will give them the left-footed option, which could send this ball in with a bit of pace, swinging in towards Marwan. Always difficult for goalkeepers if you can get the delivery just right. Or will they go for the other option? I think it will be Hazard the way he's shaping up. It is Hazard! Side netting. He caught it well. Just got his angle slightly wrong, Hazard. He just needed to pull that one back a little bit. He got players in the middle. Maybe trying to catch Marwan out at his near post, but went wide. Just been warned about his time wasting. He went down. It was quite an acrobatic dive from the goalkeeper, which left him just maybe winded a little bit, but Alex King just telling me to hurry it up. They won't want to pick up any unnecessary yellows. Al-Akli. There he kicks for Zito. Michel Vlap. For Tui. Riyad. sure just keeping possession will be the order of the day, although that has gone out for a goal kick. Khaled unable to keep it in play, so Alcalia with a chance maybe to get this one forward. We're into the final minute of added time. Ahli leading by 2-1. Riyad for Tui. Michel Vlap. This will be Ahli's first ever win in the AFC Champions League Two, if they can hold on for victory. So having played just in the Asian Cup, the AFC, the old Asian Cup, on a couple of occasions in the 90s. Didn't get past the first round in their first participation, reached the second round in 1992-93. It's been a long time since they've been in continental competition. It's going to be a yellow card for Michel Vlap. Just hauling back Nizar. Don't have too many complaints with that. Vlap. But it is a free kick, and we've crossed into whatever the referee's going to add on, so this could well be the last chance of the game for Alcalia to try and salvage something. Wahim, it's a poor delivery again. Didn't miss out that first line of white shirts. Nizar. Too much on the cross. And that should just about be that. Al-Ahli knew this would be tough tonight. Igor Bishkan saying beforehand that Alcalia sat top of the group, and they sat top of the group for a reason, despite the fact that they were the only team with a win coming into this match. Ali Ashore, his joy was short-lived of seeing his side get back. Igor Bishkan, though, made those changes 2 at half-time. Vlap and Draxler just changed the shape of the game in the second half. Well, there goes the full-time whistle. Not to be for Alcalia, having got back into the game. It was Fatui who scored the first. Yansene got the second in the final minute of the 90. The lead had briefly been cancelled out by Al Ramahi, the substitute who headed in beyond Marwan, with Mitrovic unable to keep the ball off the line. But it is a win for Al-Ahli that puts them on top of the group now. They move up to 6 points ahead of Alcalia, a point clear. Both these sides have 2 games to go, of course. They'll be in action again next week on match day 4. Tihi and his team did a good job of keeping them tight at the back. It was that long ball over the top that was their undoing, though, and that's sure something Igor Bishkan will look at and be mindful of the games going forward, those long balls over the top of his defence. But the job was well done in the end. That late winner helped them to their first win in the AFC Champions League Two. Alcalia still in with a shout of making it through, of course. Top 2 teams go through in the group, but it wasn't to be on home soil tonight. The final score, Alcalia 1, Al-Ahli Sports Club 2.
السيدات والسادة، يسرنا أن نعلن عن جائزة رجل المباراة في مباراة الخالدية والأهلي. وجائزة رجل المباراة إلى اللاعب رقم 8 إدريس فتوحي من فريق الأهلي. شكرا لحضوركم.
يتزالون في المنافسة على الصدارة. ما هي ثقتكم في قدرتكم على التقدم إلى الدور الثاني؟
أول شيء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، مبروك الأهلي القطري، هارد لك نادينا. أعتقد اليوم كانت مباراة 50-50، لعبنا ويا نادي قوي. نتائجه في الدوري القطري ما تعكس أداءه، لكن مثل ما تعرف اليوم مباراة كانت على أرضنا، خسرنا 3 نقاط.